Okay, so I have to remind myself of the important things to say on each slide. The first thing is, I'm here to talk about FedGeoDay, which is an annual conference that's been running since 2012. Mapbox helped me start it when I was at Boundless. It's about all things open source, open in the open ecosystems in the geospatial sphere for the federal city. So open source software, open street map, open collaborative mapping, open science, and open collaborations. And we have some representatives of all those at this year's event. It's going to be an in-person event. It's going to be November 3rd, downtown. The main program is going to be in the afternoon at the Yates Auditorium of the Department of Interior. And I'll talk about the plenary sessions that we'll have there. In the morning, thanks to Dan, we're going to have our workshops and training sessions at the American Red Cross building, one of the American Red Cross buildings across the street. So, anyway, let's see if I missed anything already. Here you see some pictures from FedGeoDay history. There, the upper left is Tom, actually, at the 2016 FedGeoDay, or 2019 maybe. Anyway, this is mentioned, we've been going since 2012. We have, we started out really focused on open source software for geospatial, but we quickly moved into the area of like OpenStreetMap and collaborative mapping because then people like Rory work on open source software for collecting open data. So it's really a great combination of all those things related to open. And for the first time, we really are going to have a really nice facility at, like I mentioned, the Department of Interior, Yates Auditorium.
GY!
Sorry, yay, thank you, USGS.
Represent the department. So
the main thing I want to spend a little bit of time talking about is the program. So our keynote speaker is going to be Pete Doucette, who's the acting director of the Arrows Data Center in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. For those of you keeping score at home, this is the 50th anniversary of Landsat. And so Pete is going to be talking about, past, present, and future of publicly available data for remote sensing and all the great things that are flowing from that. And if any of you were at the SAT Summit or any other related events, or you're doing GeoAI or whatever, you know how important that is. In addition to our keynote, we're going to have 3 plenary panels. The first is going to be driving federal collaboration with OpenStreetMap, and Maggie Colley of OpenStreetMap US, yay Maggie, is organized just a fantastic group of, I am technically speaking old, so I remember the era when the idea of using OpenStreetMap in any federal program where authoritative data were involved would be met with a firing squad. But through a lot of great work, there are now a number of federal agencies that are looking to use OpenStreetMap as part of their data collection, crowdsourcing projects and that sort of thing. So it's going to be a fantastic panel. There'll also be other panelists on federal programs that are heavily using OpenStreetMap for their data dissemination and data sharing. We have another panel organized by Dr. Carter Christopher. Many of you know Carter. He was at NGA. He was our keynote speaker for FedGeoDay a few years ago. Open Geospatial Science for Human Security. We have somebody from the Foreign Agricultural Service is going to be on the panel. We have just a fantastic panel talking about geospatial science and what we can do to use that in open science for improving human security. And then the last panel is on open source software for federal programs. I was on another call again today with an agency which was like, we can't use open source software, and I was like, this is crazy. Now, I understand that you can't use open source software because you spent all your money on Esri, but if there's a policy thing, that's just crazy. So we were working with it. So there's going to be a really good panel there. We have some fantastic lightning talks, everything from the detecting malicious changes in OSM to a great one on PostGIS, which I helped do, augmenting authoritative data with the public domain map, and many others. We also have 2 workshops. One is going to be from the Census Open Innovation Lab, the Opportunity Project people. It's going to be on their open sprints for solving very tough open data and app problems in the federal space. That is going to be in the morning. And then there's also going to be a panel a workshop by the OGC and Sophia from USGS talking about disaster preparedness, data sharing, public-private partnerships. And it's a great opportunity for people to interact. Those workshops are free. And I'll get to that in a second. And then there's going to be 2 4-pay, like $20, training classes. One on GeoServer, one on Introduction to GeoNode. So if you've been anxious to learn about GeoNode or GeoServer, 2 training classes for that. You have to sign up with separate tickets for these morning workshop programs from the regular FedGeoDay program. But that's our program in a nutshell. So FedGeoDay, if you have a .mil, .gov, .edu, .org address, you can get it for free. If you have .industry, it's like $40. So it's very inexpensive or free to attend. The training classes, as I mentioned, and the workshops are a separate ticket because they're in a separate location. But they're only the training classes cost money. And if you attend the morning sessions, you get lunch for free at the Red Cross. So I think I said everything I did. There. The economics work because of the wonderful contributions of our sponsors, the American Red Cross letting us use their facilities, the Department of Interior letting us use the Gates Auditorium, which is a fantastic auditorium with great AV, et cetera. And our other hosts, the OSGeoUS, which is the umbrella organization for all open source projects, the open source geospatial projects, GeoServer, MapServer, OpenLayers, PostGIS, QGIS, you name it. And then OpenStreetMap US, who've done tremendous work helping us organize and put on the program. And then our platinum sponsors are Crunchy Data, I work for, come talk to me about Crunchy Data. And it's not time for GIS, it's time for post-GIS. Anyway, RGI, as many of you know, they're a really great player. This Edie Weintraub is not here tonight. But AWS, we all know. Our gold sponsors, Planet, GeoSolutions. Silver sponsors, New Light Technology, Motif. And our bronze sponsors, Xavier, Element 84, Prominent Edge, and Hoku, or Howard Butler. And it's worth coming to FedGeoDay just to hear Howard Butler talk. If you don't know Howard and his work on point clouds and Greyhound, et cetera, you should come. All right, one more slide. Here are 2 more slides. Here's our FedGeoDay conference committee. Dan Spia, Aaron Kelly, David Carter from the Department of Interior, Megan Tolley from OSGeoUS, and Guido Stein from OSGeoUS, James Cloninger from Motif, Ryan Burley from GeoSolutions, Jess Butler from OSGeoUS, Chad Levins, who many of you know from I'm here, Adam Kim from Crunchy, Nellie Blair from OSGeoUS, Robert Cheatham, the head of Xavier, Matt Hansen from Element 84, and Carter Christopher on there. So many thanks to those guys. We have a great program started. So one more slide. So again, FedGeoDay is November 3rd. There's no excuse. Go to fedgeo.us, sign up, it's free. It's like GeoDC, only a little bit longer. And it has free drinks at the end. And if you have any questions, I'm Eddie Pickle. There's my email address. You can just Google Eddie Pickle to find me. So thank you for the time, Tom.